We as Māori never own the land. We're just the caretaker, kaitiaki of our tātou whenua, our land. And the proverb goes, ko au te whenua, ko te whenua ko au. I am the land is me. Yeah. We look after the land will always look after us. Cheer, my bro.
Hey Tom, how's it going, man?
Ah, too good, cuz. Good to see you. Likewise, bro. Hey.
Nice to see you, Tom.
Likewise, my bro.
Solar's still going strong.
Oh, mate, can't complain, cuz. Wow, yeah. 6+ years and pumping, still going, hey? Solid as a rock, bro. Yeah, solid as a rock.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, we purposely put it on like this because I didn't want to really get on the roof and wash it.
Yeah, yeah.
So down here we could just get the water blast and boom, boom, and she's all clean.
Much easier, right?
Yeah, much easier, bro.
Yeah. What's the best thing you like about it?
Best thing I like about it is that I can see what's happening with the panels. You know, I know that nothing's broken. I can actually drive away. We can mow the lawns. Nothing's going to get thrown up. It might go under it, but yeah, good thing about it is it's out the road. For me, it's out the road, but it's catching that good fella upstairs.
Oh, yeah. The guy upstairs,
the guy upstairs, bro. Yeah. You gotta look after that bugger. Yeah. Kia ora, my name is Tom Jews. I live here in Ruatoria on the east coast with my wife Māori and our children. Oh, young teenagers these days. And so we've been totally living off-grid up the coast here for about 20 years. Decided to come home. My parents were getting a little bit older, so I wanted to bring our kids home, our children home, so they get to know their nanny and papa, because mum and dad were starting to age, and I was pretty scared that our kids get lost to the cities. So born and bred on the coast here, I wanted to bring them home and also get back to their roots. I've been brought up by my parents, manaaki tangata. Manaaki tangata in English simply means you look after the people that come into your home. We have an open door home. Māori people are a friendly race. They will take their shirts off their backs for you. They will feed you. This is our home. You've got to feel like it's your home as well. How we do that? You sit down and have a cup of tea. You sit down and you'll feel the warmth that we can, and that's us. All we do is manaaki and give it to you. Home is home. On behalf of our family here, our whānau, just thank you guys for being here today, and being here with us is awesome, and it's lovely to have you guys. You know where we are, you know where we live, our home's always open, man. We're open home. Like I said, manaakitanga is us.
Thank you. Awesome, thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
You're so welcome, so welcome. Babe, mahu e karakia ne?
Oh yeah, okay. E hoa whakapainga e nei kai hei oranga mātai tinana, whangaia hoki o mātai wairua ki te taro, te ora kohi kraiti tō mātai kai whakaora ame.
Amene, kia ora, hama. So grab a plate, I can't wait. Grab a plate, grab a bread and just make a sandwich or whatever you want to do. We built our own home. Myself, my wife decided to draw a plan and got the house pretty much finalised through a friend of ours in Gisborne and started building our home. We were running off a generator for 5-6 years, and that soon added up in terms of the cost to run it. It was pretty cheap when we first started, but as the years got on, everything started to go up. Price-wise, we noticed it was really costing us big time. Travelled through to Gisborne. Every time we went to Gisborne, we used to take our petrol cans with us. Decided to look around at other options for power. I made contact with the local power board to look at a transformer to install on the post, which is only about 120 metres away from home here. We were looking at around 20k, and I said to the guy, mate, I just want to put a cord in the ground, not have shares in your business. I said, that's over the top. He said, well, that's the cost. And I said, no, I'm not interested. So we started looking at solar. Had a couple of friends who were already on solar, and I asked them, you know, how was that working? And they said, well, yeah, it's not too bad, but we're finding that the system that we've bought from one company, the other battery banks we've had to buy it for another company as well. So there were, you know, bits and pieces, and I didn't like the sound of that. So I started to just inquire and go online and start looking around. So I found GridFree, Auckland. Had a look at their website and I thought, shit, this is exactly the guys I need to talk to. Made a phone call and we haven't looked back.
And you have the inverters and
I
the
put
charging
everything
poles
in the
just here?
garage here, my bro. Come in, come in. This is where I put it, out of the road. Just built a shelving down the bottom. We had our battery banks all out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
And then I just put our fuses up on the back wall there. Just keeps everything nice and simple. And you know, that runs the whole house. And yeah, haven't had an issue with it, man. It's
awesome.
Every morning I just get up. That's what this is for, because these things are in the road and I just push that. And I can see exactly what's happening with our batteries.
Yeah.
And it tells me exactly what the kids have been doing at
Doing it.
whether they've been on their gadgets or whatever they're doing. The batteries will actually indicate to me how much use has been happening.
Yep.
So that's basically what I've been
So
doing.
you know how charge the system is in the morning, and
Yeah.
if you need to cut them off the power in
Yeah.
the morning.
We have a conversation. Hey, who was last night staying on too loud, mate, or too long, bro?
Yeah.
But that there is an indication on what's happening with our system.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so easy, too bloody easy.
That's good. Good to hear.
And then if for whatever reason the system is really running low, I just turn it off and I just normally just plug it into the generator. Winter time, yes, we would use the Jenny. Summertime, mate, not a problem. It's not even an issue. With having our solar system in what we've got here now, it's a peace of mind. It's totally peace of mind. When we are locked in rain-wise, sometimes solar basically runs out of battery. And if we're locked in, we haven't got petrol. So that actually gets me ticking over because we've got our fridge freezers to run. We've got quite a few things that are dependent on having power. So having that solar, mate, bloody peace of mind. Running the generator, we saw two costs incurred. That's the petrol cost, maintenance cost. And they far outweighed the cost of looking long-term at solar. Hence why we went to solar. GridFree can't beat it. It's the backup support. It's a phone call away. I'm not having to go through someone down across bloody overseas. We're a phone call away and it's instant response. So the backup is unbelievable. I've never found that with a supplier. The only challenge we had was you got to change your mindset in terms of what you're using, how you're using things. You wouldn't run the jug and the toaster at the same time. They're the big drawers. And we've changed pretty much 99% of our services, be it fridge freezer, stoves, to more energy efficiency. So when I go to look at something that I buy, I look at how many stars they are. And I also tell the guys that we're off grid, what can you offer me? The only thing we do not use is a microwave. Why? Because it's a big drawer. So it's about mindset, changing your mindset and knowing what your product is at home, what you've got, whether your system's going to cater for you. All that information you feed back to the guys at GridFree and they will give you the best deal or package that suits the individual. That's how I worked. Maud started doing her cheese and did her classes learning the technique and art of making feta cheese. Because we're on the land, we had goats we were milking. Back home here you've got to create your own income because the main source of income for a lot of people is forestry. So we had an opportunity and we looked at it. Maud started doing her cheese in the family kitchen, and then that meant that we had to come outside and eat because of the cross-contamination of smells with food. I was over sitting outside having dinner, so I said to Maud, I'll build you your own commercial kitchen. So with the numbers that she's got, she's able to handle that load. Does she want more? I would love her to have more. So I can retire. No, but yeah, it's her call. She loves what she's doing and she's good at it. Come in, bro.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
So this is Maudie's little kitchen hideaway.
Clean.
She's got her own sort of logo, which is the Tōtarani Feta. Yeah, designed it herself. So basically what she does in here, bro, is she does her stuffed bell peppers. Everything's done in here. The system we've installed in here is the hybrid system.
Yeah.
And so what that does is that it runs her heat pump. So sometimes in the morning it's cold winter time, she heats her room up. so it's nice and warm. Summertime she has to actually have a certain temperature for the cheese, so she can cool it down. This here is a beauty. This, honestly, I went into Noel Leeming's, and I said to the guy, I'm looking to upgrade our fridge freezers to more power efficiency.
Of course.
He said, why is that? And I said, because we're off grid.
Yep.
I said, we run off solar. He said, we've just got a new fridge that's just come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Seven.
I said, bullshit. You're kidding me.
Seven stars.
Bro.
Wow.
I said, I've never seen anything.
Only 187 kilowatt hours a year. That's half a kilowatt hours a day.
Exactly, mate. And I said, show me. Showed me, and I said, how many you got? He said 2. I said, I'll take them. We bought them, and honestly, unbelievable. So we've changed that, to cater for our needs with the battery bank.
It's a full-size fridge freezer as well.
Fridge
one
freezer.
of the best I've seen for the energy consumption.
And that's basically, we had to install a kitchen. Everything's supposed to be stainless steel. And what she's doing here, this is a raw cheese at the moment. So what's happening here is that they're draining, and she turns these over every 3 hours and drains all the fluid out of it. Once they're drained, she actually starts to cut them. And the finished product is here. So she has her own brine, she makes up her own brine, so the cheese, because that's got no taste in it at the moment, it's the brine that permeates flavors it. And honestly, beautiful. So that's the finished product. We're trialing out actually this packaging to send, because a lot of people who are up in Auckland, Wellington, want her feta cheese or her stuffed bell peppers. We tried sending it like this and it started to leak. So we're looking at packaging, and this here seems to be ticking all the boxes. So that's basically her little bizzo up the coast here.
Yeah.
With what's happening globally, environment, the seasons, everything is changing, and that impacts on us as people, us as a iwi, how we relate to each other. The moon phases, we were brought up a great believer in the moon phases, because the moon tells us when to plant, when to go fishing, when to go eeling, food gathering. We're all governed by the moon phases. Natural elements are really destroyed. So we're in big trouble. Look at what's happening with all the flooding, all the fires over in the Antarctic. It impacts us on us as big time. How do we actually have a little input into improving that? Is stop what we're doing. Is to be self-sufficient. I mean, look at the power companies. They're killing us. Killing people in terms of the lines are running. You look at Auckland, the lines are running through kohanga nurseries, and that effect of all the energy that's running above our children's playgrounds, that's got to take an effect on the kids. Yep, it's scary, but how we can help is doing what we're doing, just our little bit, self-sufficiency. We've had a hell of a lot of unfortunate storms at the moment, one being Hale, the first one, and then Gabrielle, not even 2 weeks later after Hale. They actually were devastating to the coast here, but when they hit us, it was unbelievable. It really simply shows the strength of the people back here on the coast, how everyone just gelled and looked after each other, because there was no help. We were cut off from the main cities, from Gisborne, from Whakatane, that was all cut off. The only way in was through helicopter. And things were choppered in, food, petrol, diesel were all choppered in. But Gabrielle was so devastating. It really wiped a lot of our lands out, which were washed down the river. It's now created silt and debris that's built up the riverbeds. So when we get rain, we used to have a window of about a week. Now we've only got 2 days. Now, after the 2 days, if anything, 2 hours. And that's the result of what's happening upstream. Because we're down, lower down, all the debris is coming to us and backing up on the corner here, and we're getting caught out big time. Post Gabrielle, we were really concerned with regards to another cyclone coming through. We were put at risk. Our home was put at risk, like all the homes along the strait here. Everyone was at risk. So we decided to create a stop bank. Was that the right thing to do? For us it was, because that was the only thing we could look at in terms of protecting our home. So what we did was that a lot of the frontage of the debris that was on the front was replaced to create a bankment, and a lot of the filling, the backfill, we actually compacted a lot of the timber, wood, trees, and built up off that. So basically the trees were the base of our stop bank. We haven't to this day sort of figured out whether it's going to work or not. Until we get that next big rain or cyclone coming through, we're going to actually see what happens. We have since planted over 750 native trees, be it puriri, kōwhai, rimu, rewa, all the natives we've actually planted. We called the whānau, this is what we need to do to protect the home. So they came, it took us a whole day, and that was just amazing time to spend with whānau. Mokopuna, we had all through here lunch, the barbecue was pumping, we had our mokopuna sitting with our nannies and that, all in here. Those scenes you just don't, it's hard to find. But for us, it's about supporting each other when people call. When you call, people come. This is called the Hiruharama Strait, this whole main road. One of the longest straits on the coast here, between Township, Tapuia and Ruatoria. During Gabrielle, this whole main road, Highway 35, was totally wiped out. And that's through flooding. So when the cyclone came through, that was bad. And the mess and the debris that was left was huge. We got a lot of runoff from the neighbouring properties. We've got big drains over here which just could not handle the volume of water. That was during Hale. When Gabrielle hit a couple of weeks later, this whole stretch, all of the property here was totally underwater. We had pine trees that were all here right through, which were just wiped out, tumbled over because of the volume of the water. Our fences, our gates, everything was gone. So there was nothing traffic-wise that could come from the south through to the north or north to the south. Everything was all underwater.
Just cut off.
Totally cut off. And that would have been at least 2 weeks that there was no traffic. The only way that we could access or get out was either to swim across the raging river, and that's the only way we actually can get out.
It's quite dangerous, right?
It is dangerous.
Yeah.
But because we know the river, we know where we're going to end up, it's just a matter of just going for it.
Right.
Gabrielle taught us a few things that was no longer possible because of the current and what was under the water. And there was a lot of debris that was brought down through the river. So it was a hazard zone. This was the start of Gabrielle and the devastation that happened. We're only a feather in the bloody pile of what's happened up the coast. Up the coast we got hammered, absolutely thrashed by the two cyclones. But that's how we know just how to survive.
Got to rebuild.
Got to rebuild and hunker down and ass up, head down, and just get back into it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because no one else is going to help you, eh?
Yeah.
And being isolated up the coast here, you just get on with it.
Yeah.
No bugging, no mucking around, just bloody get in there.
So what have you done to prepare?
Yeah, that's a good question. We've always been prepared, eh?
Yeah.
We've always been brought up on the coast. You've always got backup, and the backup would be flour, because you could always make bread.
Exactly.
Milk, we've got milking goats, which you can see through there.
Oh, yeah, right there.
In terms of preparation, we normally can read the signs, which way the winds are blowing, and the wind is the one that determines which way the heavy rains are coming. So our nor'easterly is not a good wind for us, because the rain will hang around longer than a southerly. You know, we know how to live off the land. We do hunting.
Yep.
So a lot of our food is gathered from the land.
Yep.
So if we run out of food, we just go up the hill and knock over a bloody deer or something.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how we live.
So make sure you got food.
Always got food. The good thing about it though is that, I gotta say, is that having the GridFree solar system we've had. During Gabrielle, the coast was cut off.
Yep.
No power whatsoever. Our local radio station, which is the information hub to the coast, was cut off because they had never had enough petrol to run the generators.
Oh, right.
With us having grid-free solar, we were watching movies while everything was in darkness. And you can't beat it. It's a no-brainer to go there. So I've been having those conversations with the manager of the radio station. We've got to go there because you guys, once the information is lost and you can't get the information to the people, no one knows what's happening.
Yeah.
So those are all the part of preparations that people are actually starting to really head down that line of solar.
Of course.
Yeah, about being self-sufficient.
Self-sufficient.
Independent.
Totally independent.
Yeah.
Because no one else is good. When you're cut off like us, no one else can help us.
That's right.
You know, we've been asked to be part of the emergency call out.
Yep.
We can't. We're just looking after ourselves because we can't get out. In terms of ownership of the land, we would never own the land. We as Māori never own the land. We're just the caretaker, kaitiaki of a tātou whenua, our land. And the proverb goes, ko au te whenua, ko te whenua ko au. I am the land is me.
Yep.
We look after the land will always look after us.
Yep.
And that's how we think.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
And
amazing.
It's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah. Simple rule to life.
That's it, bro. But it's the next generation, eh? We've got to uphold those simple basics because our kids are coming through next. Our mokos are all coming through. So hopefully with those simple basic teachings that our parents, our tipuna have taught us, you know, we just pass it on. Yeah. Just the messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. What a great
Let's
story.
go home and have a cup of tea.
Perfect. Sounds great. Awesome.
Not loaded, eh?
No, it's not loaded, bro.
Just in case.
See, where that horse is,
You don't see the horse? Yeah?
so what we do is that we range in there.
Oh, no.
How far that?
is he?
1,000 metres.
He's 1,000 metres.
So once we range find that to whatever the animal distance is, we dial it up on this rifle here
965 metres.
across the front there digitally.
Oh, it's digital.
Yeah.
Wow.
It'll bring up. You just dial up your 1,000 or whatever that's reading. Dial it up there, bro. Aim, pull the trigger, and it should drop.
As
Yeah.
long as there's no crosswind.
No. Yeah. You allow for that little bit of crosswind. This is what we do. Is that we always hunt into the wind, and the reason for that is that your animals can't smell you. Yeah. So anything that's behind you and you've got the wind behind you, waste time. Yeah, they'll pick you up. So we always hunt into the wind. So we're lucky, fortunate here, we're lucky that we're able to hunt this side and we're able to hunt all around our back block. Southerly, on the southerly wind, we'll go this side, northwesterly, we'll go here. Honest, mate, if you want to go out for a bloody shootout hunting, bro,
I've never done it, man.
you'd love it.
I'd love to see what it's like.
So this is normally how we just gear up, eh? Your knife, your binos, normally you would have a backpack, carry a backpack and your rifle, and that's us. Yeah. If there's any advice I could give to you guys who are thinking of going off grid, is to just bloody give it a go. You gotta give it a go. If you don't give anything a go, you'll never know. Everyone's different. For me and my family, it's working. And honestly, I would never look back. We've got to get a mindset that self-sufficient is the only way to go. That's to tell them that they've got a bit of a treat coming. And solar, being self-sufficient, totally off the main grid, is the only way for me. Grid-free, man, you've got to go there. For us, it's just knowing you've got power. You've got power at your fingertips, be it turn the light on, be it put your stove on. Up here on the coast here, honestly, power cuts is an everyday thing. and that could be 24 hours, whatever. But with the solar system, with having grid-free solar, you've got power at your fingertips. Off-grid living means to us as a family, security. It means that we're safe. It means we can keep in contact with what's happening over the river when we can't get over. And it means that we've got continuous power to keep the family warm. That's our biggest advantage to having solar.